Hello, comrades, this is General Luigi, and welcome to Let's Play Fire Emblem Awakening. Oh boy, I've been looking forward to this game for a very long time. Well, that is to say, I've been looking forward to Let's Playing it for a very long time. Enjoy the opening cinematic. Sorry that I'm yapping during it. During most of the cutscenes, I will attempt to remain quiet. However, I feel this is a good time to just introduce everything. And don't be fooled by the cinematics. The real game isn't going to look like this. It gets its moments with some FMV cutscenes, but for the most part it's... well, if you've played a Fire Emblem game, you know what it looks like. So, where to start? I would like to apologize for the long wait for this LP. Got distracted, as you might recall me mentioning in the comments for another video. And all of a sudden I've run out of things to say. Yeah, well, just as well, perhaps. After all, this opening cinematic is about to end. So, let's go ahead and start off. And you might notice that I've already got a file saved. That's because I had a practice file. Anyway, we're going to be going with hard mode because normal mode is not enough of a challenge for me anymore, so I won't have much fun doing it. And, well, I've never bothered with lunatic mode yet. I've only just completed hard mode once, so we're gonna stick with hard mode, just so I don't get my butt kicked, as entertaining as that might be for some of you. Alright, and this is a new feature for Fire Emblem games released outside of Japan. There is Classic Mode, which is basically, if someone falls in battle, you can never use them again in any future battles. Which is something that, I'll admit, a lot of the purists will unsurprisingly want me to do this, but just so I don't get stuck on a chapter, I'm going to go with Casual Mode. Before you complain, I promise that I will just reset if someone falls in battle. I will only press... of all the times for the phone to ring! This had better be important. I'm sorry, I will be right... Huh? Someone else home? Well, I'm not complaining. Thought I was the only person home. Where was I? So, casual mode. Right. I promise I will reset if someone falls in battle, so I will treat it like classic mode. However, if it happens 3 times on the same mission, I will press on despite losses. That's just to make sure that I'm not stuck on the same mission for a long time. After all, if I can't complete a mission without losing someone, it'll eventually eat into my upload schedule, as if that's consistent anyway. Alright, but let's get to work. It's time to create an avatar. You might remember that there is sort of a player character from Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade, the first Fire Emblem game released outside of Japan. Here, it's a lot more detailed. I'm sorry, belch coming. Excuse me! So, you get to choose the appearance to an extent. So, 3 builds, 5 faces to choose from, some hairstyles to choose from. Yeah, just 5 of them. I'm gonna go with this one. This one's kinda close to my hairstyle too, but I feel it's a bit too messy. And finally, hair color. 20 options here. But I'm going to try and stick as close to my actual appearance as possible. Was that the brown I was looking for? No, we'll go with this one. And finally, 3 voice options. I've already gone over them. My preferred voice is this one. Alright, so, that is me, to an extent. Doesn't have the mustache, unfortunately. Don't have that option. Alright, and now, are you ready to learn my name? You can probably guess the rest. Not many names in this language start with 2 A's. Alright, admittedly my name's not exactly a secret to begin with, but I've never gone out of my way to reveal it online. Alright, so choose a birthday. It's not going to be relevant during this Let's Play, but it can be nice for a tiny little something in the game. But unfortunately you're not going to see it. Alright, so assets and flaws. An asset will provide a boost to certain stats, as well as their growth rates and stat caps. So I'm going to choose magic, and flaw is pretty much the reverse. It will give certain stats a small penalty. And it's tempting to choose HP because that is the one flaw that will not affect a stat cap, or at least so it appears. The thing is, this affects more than just the single stat shown here. So I'm going to choose strength. It won't allow me to completely maximize my magic stat, because it does give a tiny penalty to magic if memory serves. I know, if I'm wrong about that, there will be some information on it. But anyway, let's go. And I'm going to be quiet for a moment, because there's a full motion video cutscene coming up. Huh? Hold it. No, this is supposed to be the prologue, isn't it? What? What in the world? Hey, we're not supposed to be seeing this scene yet. Why are... Is something wrong with the cartridge? We're not supposed to be fighting this guy yet. And why is this fight an FMV cutscene? And for that matter, who the frick-frack is this guy? What is going on?
Our final battle.
No kidding. Alright. What? You ready for this, comrades? Finally time to take care of his pain in the neck. That's not me, is it? This guy sounds just like me.
Listen to me.
Yes, I know, Crom. What?
On my mark.
I have no memory of this. Alright, let's pair up.
What's going on here?
Right.
As always.
Well, okay, as you can see there, it's a Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is a
Oh, and you just stand there? Well, how nice of you.
it's a turn-based strategy
That
game.
spot doesn't even give you
with
any
RPG
defensive
elements
bonuses.
Hang on, why was Crom at level 20?
We'll struggle plenty.
He's supposed to be level
And
1.
I disagree. Nothing is already written.
What is going on?
Ow. How nice would it have been for me to deal the finishing blow.
And where's
well,
everyone else for that matter?
I am
Why is it
going to
just
deal
me
the
and
finishing
Crom?
blow anyway. It's all too fitting that I should be the one to do it. Alright.
Well, what did we just see?
And that is the end of that.
And he's talking during a cutscene.
What? Blasted suicide attack. Just had to throw in one final blow.
You alright?
Well, I survived it. I would have been so annoyed if that had killed me.
We can rest easy now.
I mean, what kind of death is more annoying than a cutscene death? But, what just happened? Wait, what? Did he possess me? Note to self, don't talk during FMV cutscenes.
Your fault. Promise.
Oh,
You'll escape from
speaking
this
of
place.
cutscene deaths...
What a hypocrite I am.
Just said not to talk during FMV cutscenes, yet here I am talking during someone else's FMV cutscene.
Okay. So, I don't know who that other guy was. Sounded a lot like me, however. But, don't know why we were shown that either, but okay. We were maximum level and everything.
Prom, we have to do something.
What do you propose we do?
I don't know.
I see you're awake now.
Hey there.
There are better places to take a nap than on the ground, you know. Give me your hand.
I would like to note that the camera's position there was kind of
You all right?
odd. I mean, if I was just lying there... I mean, unless I was lying face down... I'll have to check on that. Maybe I just always picture myself lying flat on my back. Well, yes, I do know who you are. I heard your name mentioned right when I was waking up. Oh yeah, my name's Aaron. I guess I don't know my name.
What?
Yes, we are stuck with the classic Amnesiac player character here. No idea who he is, or what his past is. Nice for exposition, though.
Explain.
Didn't know those perfect little flapping horses pooped.
Huh?
Well, strictly speaking, only my character is alone and confused, but... I really need to be more in character for this business. So, shepherds?
Right.
You don't really look like shepherds, I'm sorry. Please, please, I am not a wolf. I am a fox, okay?
Right.
And foxes are not usually a threat to sheep. Now, if you were tending chickens, that would be another issue. But anyway, yep, we got roped into joining this group. Don't really have a say in the matter, but hey, it's a role-playing game. You're kind of forced into a role no matter what. Don't worry, I can't really be an enemy of a country that I've never even heard of. Well, if you're willing to pay me, I'm certainly not going to complain. Sorry, belch coming. Excuse me. Really? The steel hoop skirt suggests to me that she's not as delicate as you are going to imply. Yeah, I imagine bandits would have been a rather rude awakening. Why, are sheep really that prized here? Don't worry about it. I understand fully. Alright, finally remembered my name. Good. How am I supposed to know if it's foreign when I don't even know where I'm from and only recently learned where I am? Huh? Oh. Looks like a fire started. Multiple fires. Well, bandits? You're sure about that? You sure it wasn't just an accident or something?
My lord. Of course.
Well, hang on. If you're gonna do something, let me help.
Oh.
Jeez. What if I had just bolted right then? Okay, yes, it is bandits. Foreign bandits, judging by that last comment.
Gods.
Well then, I take it they are going to be summarily executed. Well, I wanted to help. Yeah, I don't remember much, but I do remember I know how to fight. Alright, so.
Shall we then?
We get a bit of a tutorial there. And you also saw bits of it in that vision. And thankfully, since we are in casual mode, we don't have to worry as much about losing units, but there are still two characters that we must not lose. It's game over if Crom dies, and the same holds true for me.
Really?
Yes, I have a sword. I also have a magic tome. I prefer magic. Sorry, you've already paired up with me, Crom. Alright, pairing up provides some benefits to offensive and defensive stats. And also provides a slightly better chance of something called a dual strike, which just happened. Didn't expect that to happen right off the bat. Yes, a dual strike is new to Awakening. It is something that will happen.
Right.
Okay, right. First mission, still a bit of a tutorial. A dual strike only happens when you are right next to one of your comrades or paired up with someone. And basically it's an additional attack that your partner carries out. Alright, I'm pretty sure I will be okay, but just in case I'm not, I'll put Frederick right here to help guard me.
Stay with us.
Excuse me. Yeah, no dual strike that time. It improves gradually, but for the time being, we just have to bet on dual strikes not happening. And that's a rule that I try to follow. Keyword, try. Never bet on the best case scenario. Let's see, this guy can't do much damage. So, yeah, we'll probably be fine. How much you want to bet I get killed on the enemy's turn because of this? This is hard mode, after all. And one thing to point out, Frederick is what the Fire Emblem community often calls a Jagan. Well, sort of. He's not a full-fledged Jagan. A Jagan is basically a character archetype named for the original character named Jagan from Shadow Dragon. And Jagan is... he's someone who starts off really powerful. The downside is that anyone he kills is someone that the weaker characters won't be able to kill, thus denying them valuable experience. So you want to use Jagans sparingly. They're useful in a pinch, but keep them in reserve rather than on the front lines. Yes, speaking of healing, now is the time for Lissa to act. Healers are quite useful for your team. You see, the enemy has the luxury of treating their units as expendable. We do not have that luxury. Let's have Chrom deal the finishing blow. And you might recognize the name of that weapon. Falchion. It was Marth's weapon in Shadow Dragon. Interestingly enough, there's a real-life sword design called a Falchion, and Chrom's weapon looks nothing like it. Alright, and those sparkling spaces will yield random events of sorts. There are only a few of them, and what happens is, well, random. It can be a tiny amount of experience, tiny amount of weapon experience, as you saw, little boost to your support level, or you could find an item. And there's one other kind of random event, but it's not relevant yet. And it's possible I'm forgetting one as well. Whoa, I'm sorry. Something was... bug flying around. At least I think it was a bug. I hope it was a bug. I'm gonna flip if I suddenly see a spider crawling on me.
You ready?
Yes, I am still there, Chrom.
What?
Well, I can see movement ranges, for example.
Really?
What, you can't attribute it to some sort of magical power? Alright, so anyway. Yes, help at a touch. A lot of the data is on the touch screen. So if it becomes relevant, I will show you some stuff on the touch screen. Otherwise, you won't be seeing it. Okay, and press X to see the collective range of the enemies. You see, these three are going to work in a group, so we want to make sure that only one of them can hit Chrom at any given time. Yes, there goes one of them. Excuse me. Alright, see, there you go. So now we want to fall back a bit. Just so that Chrom doesn't get overrun. Again, game over if he dies.
Thank you.
So we want to make it so that that one Myrmidon is the only one that can hit him at the moment. One thing you have to keep an eye out for is enemies that can deal a critical hit, because it can and will happen. Seriously, the first time I tried out hard mode, one of the enemies I was facing in Chapter 1 had a 1% chance of a critical hit, and said critical hit would have been just enough to take out one of my units. 3 guesses what happened, comrades! Speaking of critical hits, this guy has a chance of getting one. I've got higher resistance. Is there any way I can mitigate the damage? Okay, he has no chance of a critical against me. So, unfortunately, he also... these two combined will be enough to take me out. No matter what, there's a risk involved.
I've got your back.
Right! I can have Lissa heal me. Let's see. That guy's gonna do 3, and that guy will do another 7. Okay, actually, I'll be fine. I forgot. My math was a bit off there. Alright, let's have Lissa wait right there. Alright, should be fine now. After all, the enemy has no chance of a critical hit now. Let's see, I believe critical hits are based on luck. Well, the enemy's chance of a critical hit. Admittedly, the algorithms change from game to game. I'm going off of what I remember from Radiant Dawn. Yeah, I've got a luck rating of 5. What's Crom's luck? 5 as well. Okay. So, why is it he was better at blocking critical hits? I'm guessing there's something in the math that I'm unfamiliar with. Well, again, the algorithms vary from game to game. Luck affects a number of things, including your chance of hitting the enemy. So, luck stat, I should say. You can see it in the clutch screen, in the touch screen. For example, Lissa has a luck stat of 8 right now. Alright, and now that we've taken care of those 3, it's time to move on to the boss. Took a bit longer than I would have liked, but oh well, it's kind of to be expected. And since Crom's the one with less experience, we will have him deal with the boss. After all, the boss gives extra experience. More than just a regular enemy. But let's switch one last time so Lissa can heal me. Every last bit of experience counts for a healer. That's the only annoying thing about healers. Their ability to gain experience hinges exclusively on their comrades' ability to get wounded. Alright, here we go. There is a definite risk of Crom getting killed here. Well, not in this particular combat, but if he takes any damage, there is a slim chance that he will be killed on the enemy's turn. Excuse me. Oh boy. To heal or not to heal? Attack power of 13 versus a defense of 7. That's 6 points of damage. Speed of 5, speed of 9. There is a serious risk no matter what. Alright. Please do not get a critical hit. Okay. No critical. I'm fine with that. And we even get a dual strike. All's well that ends well. Although, again, you don't want to ever find yourself in that kind of position to begin with. It will happen eventually, so don't beat yourself up over it if it does happen. Just, if you can avoid it, avoid it. You want to make sure that your enemy never has a chance to actually kill you. Anything I can't do. Oh, I could make quite a long list, Lissa, but nothing relevant at the moment.
Right.
Sorry, Frederick, I still don't know that one.
My lord. It's all
Well,
right.
it is entirely possible that I'm fighting for the wrong side here. I mean, you seem like nice enough people, but then again, I don't know that much about any of you. I'll work for you as long as I believe you're doing the right thing.
Listen. Yeah.
So yeah, there you can see Lissa's steel hoop skirt there. Delicate indeed. How on earth does she sleep in that?
Huh?
And again, Frederick's in full plate armor there. And yes, you actually get to see these characters sleeping fully clothed. At least if their battle models imply anything. Well, to be fair, Crom, if they're bandits, how can we be sure that the Pledgians are sending the bandits in? I mean, they're outlaws, right? Why should they care whose side of the border they're on? Plunder is plunder, after all. That said, judging by the map, unless we are really close to the border, those bandits have been traveling quite the distance.
Really?
Wait, so Shepherd is just a title?
Right.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I am quite hungry. Oh, no offense, Frederick, but I am really hungry. Hungry as in I could eat a bear. Hungry. Spare some thought for the guy you found unconscious in the middle of a field, please. I'm with you here, Lissa. I could go for something good. Well, something good to eat, that is. And somewhere comfortable to sleep. I mean, seriously. The cold, hard ground? Well, you kind of deserve it.
Shall we then?
Hey, don't be swayed by him, Crom. Well, that's that for the first mission. I will see you next time.